Hello, welcome to my channel again. My name is Leslie. Thanks for visiting me. Remember that the name of my channel is Leslie Castillo, so anytime if you want to subscribe, that's okay. Now, we are going to check, we're going to learn how to compare two things, mostly, and we are going to be very specific. I'm going to use as, okay? When we are going to compare two things, there are many rules, and I can have another video if you want me to do so, but today I'm going to teach you as, okay? When you're going to compare, you normally have two things or maybe three things. In this case, we're going to use two, yes? And I'm going to give you examples of states. For example, I have Chiapas, no? Chiapas is my favorite state because I think it is really beautiful. If you ever have the time to visit it, go ahead and enjoy the landscapes, enjoy the food, enjoy the water, enjoy everything, because also people are really nice. You wouldn't believe it, and police officers are really nice people, so you should visit this place. I have really good memories. So, Chiapas, okay? Chiapas is, I'm going to use the verb to be because when we are going to compare, we normally use adjectives. And remember that when we use adjectives, the verb to be is necessary. Okay? So Chiapas is, then I have as, and then I have to use an adjective. In this case, I'm going to use the adjective beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so Chiapas is as beautiful, and then I have my second as, okay? As you can see, the adjective is in the middle, so it's like these two words are protecting the adjective, okay? So Chiapas is as beautiful as, and then I have to use my next subject. I'm going to talk about Cancun, okay? So in this idea, I am saying that these two places have similar characteristics, okay? That in my opinion, they are the same. So I'm talking about something that we call equality, okay? Equality. I'm sorry. Okay, then let's check the components of this, right? Chiapas is going to be my first subject. Is my master verb, the verb to be. Then I have my first as. Then I use an adjective. Remember that adjectives are words that help you describe, okay? Pretty, ugly, beautiful, wonderful, terrific, horrible, amazed, amazing, okay? So you're going to use a word that describes. And then you have your second as, and then your second subject, okay? Chiapas is as beautiful as Cancun. Chiapas and Cancun have similar characteristics. We are saying that they are equal, right? Now, if you want to use this in negative, it is also possible. For example, let's take Texcoco. But now you have to use the verb to be negative. Texcoco isn't as big as Mexico City, right? So Texcoco is growing, and that is a shame because it's becoming chaotic, but anyway. So Texcoco is a town. It continues being a town, right? And then Mexico City is a very big place, okay? So in this case, I am mentioning that they are not similar. Texcoco isn't as big as Mexico City. The only thing that I have to do is to transform my verb to be into a negative form. We have exactly the same, the subject, the verb, but in this case negative, as, the adjective. Remember, your adjective is in simple form. We don't say as bigger. No, as big, as pretty, as hungry, as beautiful, okay? So it's just the simple form. Then I have my second as and my second subject. In this case, I am am saying that these two things are not equal, so I am expressing inequality. Now, when we are using this, it's very important that you check if, well, the order of your subjects. For example, I have a great student. His name is Arturo. He's a really tall man, okay? So we are not similar. Is it correct if I say Arturo isn't as tall as Leslie? No, that is not possible because he has the characteristic. I am the one who doesn't have the characteristic. So I need to invert the order of the subjects, and then I'm going to talk about the first subject that doesn't have the characteristics and compare it with the one that has them. For example, Leslie isn't as tall as Arturo, not vice versa, okay? So your examples have to be logical. You have to check the subject who has fewer characteristics, and you have to check the subject that has more characteristics, right? So in this case, Texcoco is not big, but Mexico City is big. This has the characteristics, so you say Texcoco is not as big as Mexico City, right? So this is for affirmative or negative. This is exactly the same idea as though we had Mexico City is bigger, no? So this and this are exactly the same idea, but in the first one we are using as. In the second one we are using the rules for comparisons between two subjects, okay? Now, we are using is or isn't because my subject is singular, but you can also use it in plural, and you can also use the first person, no? For example, I am not as intelligent as Stephen Hawking, right? So I don't have the characteristics. He had the characteristics, so I am the one that goes first. I am not, okay? The only thing you have to do is to check the subject and then take the verb and conjugate it according to this, right? Let's have an example in negative. I'm going to talk about my boss. Her name is Rocio. And I'm going to use my best friend also. Rocio and Selene. And then this is a plural thing, right? Rocio and Selene aren't. Let's talk about negative, okay? Rocio and Selene aren't as short as Leslie, right? So now, Rocio, she is a very tall woman, really, really tall. You should meet her. And Selene is also tall. She's a little taller, okay? So, if we are together, I am super short, okay? So, Rocio and Selene don't have my characteristic. I am the one that is short. So, in this case, I can take the ones first. Rocio and Selene aren't as short as Leslie, okay? So, as you can see, we can use this in affirmative and negative. And we are comparing three, but Rocio and Selene is a group. Leslie is a single person, right? So you can compare more, but if you group them, not like Rocio, Selene aren't short as Leslie. No, you need to group them in order to have a plural thing, okay? So my subject, my verb in negative, my adjective in simple form, my second S, and then my subject, okay? So this is all for comparisons. Some students ask me if we can ask questions with this. Yes, you can ask questions. The only thing that you have to do is invert the order. For example, Chiapas is as beautiful as Cancun. This is affirmative. If you want to make it a question, you change is Chiapas is Chiapas as beautiful as Cancun? Yes? So you can use this in affirmative to talk about equality, negative to talk about inequality, or you can group some elements, right? And remember, the order is very important. You have to talk about the one that has the better characteristics, or in the opposite, you have to talk about the one that doesn't have those characteristics. Yes? If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm saying hi to everybody, especially to the 3 people that I used for examples today, Arturo, Selene, and Rocio. I hope you are checking this video. And if you really like it, well, leave some comments below, right? Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.